Public service announcement. Excuse me. If y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a space for people of color. So just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many white people in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at, and there's very few spaces for us. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
So, question number one, who the hell is clapping for this nonsense? Oh my God, this is the ugliest thing. And not the chick, I mean, kind of the chick, but not the chick, just like this sentiment that is carried with this young lady. Now, I'm going to play it back right quick. Hold on, because I played it all the way through for those who like to complain, oh, Jay, you never let things play all the way through. All right, cool. I played it all the way through. Now it's time for daddy to go to work.
Public service announcement.
Okay, so first and foremost, when you speak of the white people in this room, right, are you talking about your hair, darling? Because that is a lot of weave. Secondly, I don't think this woman's a descendant. I mean, she's clearly black, but as far as, you know, an American descendant, this is striking me more as someone who's either a fresh immigrant themselves or at least, you know, first generation, like her parents came over here. And from what I'm gathering, just coming off of her features, is someplace like, you know, Nigeria, Kenya, one of those really, really dark countries. And I gotta say, sweetie, shut up. It's not like it really pisses me off, because this is one of the bigger problems with the whole colored Crayola gang thing that everyone is so wrapped up around. Deal is that if you migrated here, you know, a couple years ago, your family got here when you were 10. I'm sorry, as far as the racial animosity and animus that's happened here in this country, you have no right to it. I couldn't care less what happened back over in Kenya and Nigeria, or wherever the hell you're from. Over here in the United States, you have no space to sit there and talk about, oh my goodness, this place has treated me so wrong, when you were let in here with open arms, and you're now sitting, and this took place at the University of Virginia, and you're now, you know, you're a college student in the University of Virginia, and you're sitting here trying to push people out of the room. Are you kidding me? And then to applause nonetheless? Really, black women, how is that trope that you love to run of you being so mistreated and mishandled, how is that working out for you? Because this is one of the ugliest things that I've seen in a very long time. And no, I'm not just talking about the chick. Let's keep going.
If y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a...
Here's the deal, like, if it's multicultural, right, I'm sorry, but a lot of those quote-unquote white people, yeah, they come from cultures. It's like I say all the time, like, just because, okay, white, like, these are government designations. These are not ethnicities. These are not anything to really identify yourself as. It's something for the government to identify you as, and to group you along with. So, you know, like, what is there? A Polish person, an Italian person, a Portuguese person in there, but what this very black lady will do is sit there and what's the name, and tie them all together. And it's like, those are cultures. That's multicultural in and of itself. But you are too young and dumb to recognize that. And why do you have a gunt at your age? You're in college. You should be in the best shape of your life right now. But like, yo, you ain't even bad. Like, she ain't even dope. Like, that's what's killing me. And no, it has nothing to do with the complexion, because there are plenty of like dark like this sisters that are just scrum-diddly-umptious, but this one is definitely not amongst them.
It's for people of color, so just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does.
You taking up more space than most of them folks, you big beautiful woman, you BBW, you. Like, you know, you taking up be cognizant of the space that you taking up. How about, you know, go to the student gym, work out, run around a little bit, because, like, yo, what are you doing? And what's really blowing my mind, particularly when it comes to those who aren't of this country, when they come here and, oh, my racism and everything else like that, it's like, dude, we fought. You know, we, descendants, my ancestors, they got hoses put on them. They got dogs sicked on them. So that, guess what? We could integrate. We could be treated equally. It wouldn't. The skin color wasn't supposed to matter. It's supposed to be a matter of character. And young lady, in this instance, you are showing that you have terrible character. Your character is completely awful, to whereas you feel like you have the right to get up and tell people to leave a space that shit you. What you think, your little itty bitty tuition paying for that? Hell nah.
Make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many
POCs. More like POS. Seriously, I hate that terminology. I really do, because it's this encompassing thing that they do so everybody can get everybody else's oppression points. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't believe in oppression points. Look, what happened back then sucks. Once again, coming from somebody who has been to his family's plantation. I am a descendant. My ancestors got whooped. That fight is in my blood. And I'm telling you that this is unfair. You are like the number one rule is to treat people the way that you would like to be treated. I genuinely believe that if everyone stuck to that rule, we would have such a better world. I'm not even kidding. Because guess what? The second somebody hopped up, let's say some Asian kid came up and was like, oh, it's a little too dark in here. Like, yo, you would completely lose it. If this was in any other direction, you would have a fit. But no, because like you feel entitled to your racism, which I'm sorry, you're not entitled to. Like it's ridiculous. It really is. This is the saddest thing ever. And stop grouping us all together. POC is gender studies, grievance studies nonsense that needs to go the way of the dodo.
People in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at. And
yeah, I heard that, right? Like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? There's the whole university. You're at the whole university, genius. Please, like maybe you know somebody at UVA. I don't know. I haven't been to that campus. I went to Norfolk State when I was in school. You know, at HBCU, a place you could have went if you wanted nothing but, well, a majority of black faces. Okay, so that's thing number one. But thing number two is, are there whites only signs out of any of these dorms? I'm pretty sure that's illegal. So the entire campus is for you as well. But you just want your safe space for what? Take your ass to Norfolk State then.
There's very few spaces for us, so keep that in mind. Thank you.
And you hear how do you see how smug and how pleased as punch as she is with herself? This is infuriating. It really is, because of the sacrifice that actually that my family, my ancestors, my lineage actually went through to make it so whereas yo big ass can sit there and be at UVA. I mean, this is a complete lack of respect for everything that came before you. And I think that's really what infuriates me the most. And please, you guys know the whole immigrant thing. Come on, guys, it's me, all right? Like, the people that I represent, nothing but immigrants. So this has absolutely nothing to do with the immigration thing, but it does to an extent, because I feel as if this young lady does not have any true appreciation for the fight and struggle and sacrifice that came before her. I really don't, and it's a big part of my problem when they come from, like, you know, the Ivory Coast and Africa and the like, is that, you know, those Pan-African jackasses like to sit there and talk about, oh, Mother Africa and all this other stuff. You do realize we were sold, right? It's a little bit of a chip that I have on my shoulder when it comes to Africans in particular, because you sold us. You sold us and sent us over here to rot and die. I understand why. War is war. But the deal is that then you come over here and you have this gigantic chip on your shoulder, and you look down upon descendants and actual African Americans, quote unquote. Come on, man, miss me with it. Seriously, this is nonsense. And this young lady, like, the internet has been going buck wild on this. You guys had to know I wasn't going to not let my 2 cents be told on this one. Like, oh, this is right down my alley. So, seriously, this is nonsense. And this young lady needs to be ashamed of herself. because forces greater than you, people greater than you fought and died and went through hell and back so you could be at that campus. And for you to sit there now and demand segregation and demand actual regressive ideas and policies and try to push people out of a space because we need our safe space. Nah, darling. Nah, this is a big part of the problem with the collegiate educational system. They sit there and pander to these people instead of preparing them for the real world, which admittedly is their parents' job, but you're at school to learn how to think, not what to think. And unfortunately, we've had a lot of Marxist, communist type professors really just indoctrinating these children with their victim mentalities and victimhood complexes. And it's nonsense. It really is, and it has to go. Honestly, I would call for a funding of in the funding of public education, of public institutions that really push these, like Hungary did, that push these gender studies and grievance studies degrees and programs, because it's just nothing but a waste of time. You're not helping anything or anybody. And I'm really curious what she's in school for. Probably psychology, because I've met like 15 broads, like literally in the last 2 weeks, that are in school for psychology. And then I ask them, hey, so what are you gonna do with your degree? And they're looking at me like, so. So there are a lot of content creators who are like, yo, sending women to college is just a waste of time and money, and I'm really coming around on that one. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? This is disgusting. Like, this young lady should be ashamed, but she is pleased as punch. Oh my goodness. And what was that Hard Sellers Act? The legislation that was put into place that opened up all of this great immigration that we've been dealing with. I mean, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This individual has no respect for this country or this country's history. She's just in it for what she can get for herself. And those exploitative people need to be ostracized. At least in my opinion. You may feel differently. That's what the comment section's for. Until the next one.